Welcome to the Euphoria tutorial, Creating Your Own Group. In this tutorial, we will show you how to create a public or private group. What's cool about public groups is that they are a great way to attract others together for co-creation. Before creating a public group, it's a good idea to search existing groups on keywords important to your group so you don't unnecessarily create another group that serves the same exact purpose. Instead of creating a duplicate group, you could join the existing group. And if you want to get involved with helping to manage the group owner will often be glad for the help. Also, before creating your group, decide if you want a public or private group. Public groups will be listed in the directory, and posts to that group will be seen in the public areas of Euphoria, such as the blog vortex and the video galleries. With private groups, on the other hand, content will not be shown in public areas of the site unless the public checkbox is checked when the content is created or edited. To create your own public group, here are the steps. Go to Create a group. When you create a group, you are the primary administrator of the group. Now name the group by filling in the title of the group. Next, enter a brief description which will show up in the group list to help people know what your group is about. Next, enter one or more group tags separated by commas. Then we recommend you fill out a detailed description and purpose of the group. You can insert pictures here to make your group homepage more interesting. After this, scroll down and select a membership option. For public groups, we recommend you keep membership requests open. For public groups, you also want to keep the checkbox checked for List in Groups directory, which will ensure your group can be found on the main groups page. Lastly, click the Save button and your group will then be created. At this point, you have a default group homepage which doesn't show a whole lot of information. However, you can see there is a section of recent group posts which shows some content I've added to the group. To complete your group, you will want to create group pages. Group pages allow you to organize group content the way you want on different tab pages within the group. We have predefined some templates which you can plug into these pages. We call these templates view panes. So the first step is, if you're not already there, go to your group homepage. Then select the Pages tab. As you can see, we don't have any pages set up yet. So I'm going to click the Add New Page tab. I'm going to create 3 pages. The first will be blogs, the second will be media, which will be videos and images, and the third will be a membership page. So let's start with the blog page. So I'll give it a title, and I'll give it a path of blogs also. We recommend always leaving the Show Blocks checkbox checked, and we also recommend keeping the Publish checkbox checked. Then click on Create Page. We now see our new page showing up in the list. And before we add some content, let's take a look at the layout. There are many layout options for you to choose from, but we recommend for groups to always use single column unless you have special needs. In that case, you might want to use flexible. So now we are being prompted to change from our default layout. So we say Save. And the panel layout has been updated. Now let's click on Edit Content. In the upper left is a little gear icon which you need to click on, and then click on Add Content. This brings up a dialog which has a few options. To add blogs, we want to go to View Panes, and we'll grab our group blogs by clicking on this link. It's a good idea to override the title and simply put in group blogs. Now we have an option to either provide a more link or use the pager. The more link will take you to a separate page which will show more blogs for your group separately. We can also use a pager to page right from within the group blogs page. So I'll stick with that, and the number of items can be changed. You don't want that number to be too high, otherwise people will need to scroll down too far. When you've made your selections, click on Finish. So now we have the blogs pane, but we haven't really saved it yet. So let's click on Save, and we see the panel content has been updated. Now let's click on Blogs, and we see the group blogs are being listed. The blogs will be shown the most recent first. Now let's create a couple more pages. So we'll go to Add New Page again, and this time let's create a media page which will have images and video. I'll give the title Media and the path also Media, and we'll create the page, and there it is. I'll go ahead and change the layout again to single column. Click on Next and click on Save. Now we'll click on Edit Content, and we'll add images and video to our page. Again, click on View Panes, and we'll click on Group Images first. Again, I'll override the title to Group Images. This time I'm going to provide a More link. When you have multiple panes on a single page, it works out better to use the More link rather than the pager. Now we'll add the videos. Again, we'll click on the little gear and click on Add Content. And again, we'll click on View Panes, and this time we'll select Group Videos. And also again, I'll change the title. And once again, we'll use the More link. And click Finish, and click Save. And now we can click on the Media link, and we see that we have Group Images and Group Videos displayed in gallery format. Now let's add one more page. We'll create a Members page so we can easily see the members and their pictures. We click on Add a New Page, and we'll call this one Members. And click on Create Page. And we'll set the layout to single column again. And save. Now we'll add the content, and clicking on the little gear again, and clicking on Add Content, and we click on View Panes, and we'll select Group Member Faces, and click Finish, and click on Save. And now when we click on the Members tab, all members and their profile pictures will show. Now let's go back to Pages and look at a few custom things you can do with your group. I'm going to use the Blogs page as an example, so I'm going to edit content on Blogs, and I'm going to add more content by using the little gear again. And down below here, there is a link called New Custom Content. This allows you to create any custom content you want. And it looks a little bit like a simplified blog entry form. It has an administrative title. You can call this anything you want. I'm going to call it Important Notice. And down here I can use the WYSIWYG tool to create any kind of content I want. For instance, you can leave a message to let people know you will be gone. I'm going to use the WYSIWYG editor to increase the font size and change the text color. So now I've scrolled down and I can click Finish. One thing I didn't show you earlier is you can click on this little arrow here and actually view the content dynamically. And now I want this to always be at the very top so people notice it. So I can grab this gray bar at the top of this block and just hold down my mouse and drag it right up to the top there. When I click Save, we can go look at the blog page and see how it's changed. Now that we have created a public group, how do we create a private group? The process for creating a private group is nearly the same as for a public group. There are 3 ways to make a group private. Let's edit the group and see how this is done. First, we have membership requests. If we select Moderated, Invite Only, or Closed, the group can become private. By unchecking List in Groups directory, when people navigate to groups, this group will not show in the main groups directory list. Unchecking the List in Groups directory box allows us to check the private group box. This makes all posts to the group private unless specifically marked public. Let's take a look at the posting options by creating a blog. We'll go ahead and save these options, and we'll see when we navigate to groups that our Favorites group is not listed. However, if we click on My Groups, it's still shown. Now we'll see how to control the privacy on a specific post. So now I've brought up the blog entry form, and I'll just show you the different options we have here. Under Groups, I can select the Favorites group, and if I uncheck the Public box, this post will only be shown to people who are members of the All About Favorites group. This concludes the Euphoria tutorial on creating groups. Thanks for watching.